World War I was a significant conflict that lasted from 1914 to 1918. It involved many countries across the globe. This war is also known as the Great War. It was one of the deadliest conflicts in history. The war began in Europe but soon spread worldwide. Over 16 million people died, including soldiers and civilians. Nations used new weapons and tactics, making the war very destructive. World War I changed the political landscape of many countries. The war's end saw the downfall of empires and the rise of new nations. The effects of this war are still felt today. Several factors led to the outbreak of World War I. These causes include alliances, militarism and nationalism. Another significant cause was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Alliances between countries created a web of commitments. When one country was attacked, its allies were pulled into the conflict. This made the war spread quickly. Militarism, or the build-up of military forces, was another cause. Countries spent a lot on weapons and soldiers. They were ready for war, creating tension and fear among nations. Nationalism, or pride in one's country, also played a role. People believed their nation was superior. This led to conflicts and a desire for power and territory. Alliances were agreements between countries to support each other. Before World War I, two main alliances existed. These were the Triple Entente and the Triple Alliance. The Triple Entente included France, Russia and the United Kingdom. These countries agreed to support each other in case of an attack. The Triple Alliance consisted of Germany, Austria-Hungary and Italy. When Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, alliances came into play. Russia supported Serbia while Germany backed Austria-Hungary. Soon, many countries joined the conflict, turning it into a world war. Alliances made it difficult to stop the war. If one country tried to make peace, its allies might not agree. This web of alliances kept the war going for years. Militarism was a major factor leading to World War I. Countries invested heavily in their military forces. They believed strong armies would deter enemies from attacking. However, this led to an arms race. An arms race is a competition to build more and better weapons. Germany and Britain competed to build the most powerful navy. France and Germany focused on their armies. This race created fear and suspicion. The large military forces were ready for war. Leaders felt they had to use these forces or risk wasting resources. This mentality made diplomatic solutions less likely. Militarism also influenced public opinion. People saw military strength as a source of national pride. They supported their leaders' decisions to go to war. This widespread support made it easier for countries to mobilize their forces. Section 5. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. The spark that ignited World War I was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. He was the heir to the throne of Austria-Hungary. On June 28, 1914, he visited Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia. A group called the Black Hand, which wanted Bosnia to join Serbia, targeted him. Gavrilo Princip, a member of this group, shot and killed the Archduke and his wife. This event triggered a series of actions leading to war. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia for the assassination. They issued an ultimatum with harsh demands. Serbia agreed to most, but not all, of the demands. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia on July 28, 1914. Alliances then pulled other countries into the conflict. Russia supported Serbia, while Germany backed Austria-Hungary. Soon, many European nations were at war, leading to a global conflict. Section 6. The Battle of the Somme. The Battle of the Somme was one of the largest battles of World War I. It took place between July 1st and November 18, 1916. The battle occurred along the River Somme in France. It involved British and French forces against the German army. The battle aimed to relieve pressure on the French forces at Verdun. It also sought to weaken the German army.
The first day of the battle was the bloodiest in British military history. Over 57,000 British soldiers were killed or wounded.
The battle saw the first use of tanks in warfare. Despite their potential, early tanks were slow and unreliable. The fighting was intense and brutal, with heavy casualties on both sides. By the end of the battle, the Allies had gained only a few miles of territory.
The battle did not achieve a decisive victory but weakened the German forces. It highlighted the horrors of trench warfare and the high human cost of the war.
Section 7. The Battle of Verdun. The Battle of Verdun was another significant battle of World War I. It lasted from February 21st to December 18th, 1916. The battle took place near the town of Verdun in northeastern France.
The German army launched the attack, aiming to bleed France dry. They believed capturing Verdun would force France to surrender.
The French army, under General Philippe Pétain, defended the town fiercely. The battle became a symbol of French determination and resilience. Both sides suffered massive casualties, with around 700,000 soldiers killed or wounded. The fighting was relentless, with artillery bombardments causing widespread destruction. Verdun never fell to the Germans. The battle drained both German and French resources. It demonstrated the futility and brutality of war, with little ground gained despite heavy losses. Section 8. The end of World War I. World War I ended on November 11, 1918. The end of the war is known as Armistice Day. An armistice is an agreement to stop fighting. The armistice was signed between the Allies and Germany.
Several factors led to the end of the war. The entry of the United States in 1917 gave the Allies new strength. Germany faced internal unrest and economic problems. Their military was exhausted from long years of fighting.
The armistice took effect at 11 a.m. on November 11th. Fighting stopped and soldiers on both sides celebrated. However, the war's effects continued to be felt for many years. The end of the war marked a significant moment in history. It brought relief, but also set the stage for future conflicts. The world hoped for peace, but the terms of peace would soon cause new tension.